Hello and welcome to the corner. I'm the Frosted Glass. I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
We have Jack Cochran at home.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Temu stream for all of you watching. Moonshock.
I'm here this time.
Well, I mean, technically none of us were here the last couple times, so it's not a big deal if you couldn't make it.
Oh, I was here, but I wasn't broadcasting.
Yeah. If that's the case, I'll go ahead and leave then. Bye.
This is our second biannual episode of The Corner. Right.
Yeah.
Terry Diamantis.
So what game are we playing this week?
Well, we're playing Techno Babylon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should be close to finishing that.
Yeah. So for the audience at home who aren't familiar with who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself, Terry.
Hey,
Exactly.
Stop trying to commandeer my stream. Oh. and Monkey's feeling a little ill, so he may sound different this week. How are you, Monkey?
I'll get this killer cold, but otherwise, can't have unusual sexy tones.
Right. I'm glad you were.
Hi, Mom, Potato. Hi, Keishel. Hi, Jack.
Hi, son.
Hi, son.
Hi, son.
I'm glad you were able to be here in time, Monkey.
Hi, Will.
I can hear her.
A monkey is never late. He always shows up when he intends to.
This monkey sounds more like a cat, if you ask me.
I missed this.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but there was a.
I did.
Oh, fine. We'll just skip the first article then. Just so great. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is the Jack stream now. Huh. Right. Where apparently the Teamsters decided not to endorse a candidate. And
I did hear about this.
Yeah, which was somewhat controversial. And the Democrats are reacting predictably.
Oh, good. So what's burning now?
Teamsters head Sean O'Brien is a punk.
He's a no-good punk. Rotten kids ruining our elections with their Teamsters.
Throwing rocks
Okay,
at
so
cars.
the thugs are calling somebody else a punk. Got it.
Forgive me for speaking so nastily about a sick person. The record must be set straight, though. Sean O'Brien is ill. Sure, physically, he looks okay in this photo, but if we could pull the camera in close to his eyes, we would notice that they have lost the normal brilliance of a curious and mentally sound human being. One could imagine the first man had a somewhat similar dull look millions of years ago.
You're getting an awful lot out of this picture of this guy, aren't you?
Yes.
Just look at him.
I can just see their dead eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Oh, we delivered the bomb.
I'm getting the feeling like the author of this article is not mentally sound.
No, it's a Teamster guy. He's not. Sean O'Brien is Magic. Is that a combination of MAGA and sick?
I think so.
Or magic? Sean O'Brien is magic. All right.
There you go.
The head of the Teamsters Union came out the other day and declared that neither presidential candidate is worthy of his support. Donald Trump in a free...
That definitely makes him MAGA if he's not willing to endorse Trump either.
Yeah, especially since the Teamsters voted 60% in favor of Trump.
Yeah.
It almost makes you wonder, maybe the fact that you lost a subset that unanimously votes for the Democrat nominee, maybe it's a problem with your candidate?
No.
It's all Sean O'Brien's fault.
Who are wrong.
He's McGick.
Yes. Could I be so out of touch? No, it's the Teamsters who are wrong.
Donald Trump, in a freewheeling chat with a supporter of South African apartheid, Elon Musk, giggled when he reminisced how Musk fired striking workers. Trump, a few months ago, held a pro-union rally with auto workers at a non-union company. The irony of this situation is palpable, with audience members holding bogus signs that read, "Unions are with Trump." Many of the workers gathered in the room were scabs who had been used to cross strike lines in the past.
It makes me laugh that they're called scabs. What a name.
Yeah. O'Brien's sickness has shown all of the same symptoms it does in the millions of other infected former Americans. The first sign is to be against your own interests. If the passengers on the Titanic were McGick, they would have burned the lifeboats on deck for warmth. If the passengers of the Hindenburg had been McGick, they would have enjoyed archery contests on their float across the ocean. McGick
the Titanic didn't have enough lifeboats on the deck to keep them warm.
Yeah. McGick people do everything to hurt themselves, sacrificing their well-being for the sake of Trump. This is what Sean O'Brien did by not supporting Kamala Harris. So,
How dare you, sir?
So unions don't know what's best for them. So we can't trust them. No president, maybe in history, has been as pro-union as Joe Biden. When millions of Americans were in jeopardy of losing the pensions they paid for decades, Donald Trump did absolutely nothing. Well, no, he did go out and tell them how he is the biggest supporter of unions and loves them because they love me.
But Biden isn't the one running, though, so who cares how pro-union Biden is if he's not the candidate?
I don't think
just say for the record that I don't support unions, but even I can see that Donald Trump is better for either union or non-union people.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's just universally better.
I mean, Biden's not even the president, never mind the candidate.
Too.
This stark contrast between Biden's proactive support and Trump's empty rhetoric underscores the crucial importance of the upcoming election for the future of unions in America. Joe Biden did something. The following is from the Teamsters' own website. More than 2 decades of work by the Teamsters to save the retirement nest eggs of 1 million-plus hardworking Americans came to fruition in March when President Joe Biden signed the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan into law, bringing relief to more than 200 multi-employer pension plans teetering on the edge of financial disaster. The culmination of those efforts
Yeah.
Which absolutely did not happen. We are not having a disaster now.
No.
The culmination of those efforts came rather swiftly, after many previous starts and stops that had at times raised the hopes of affected families, only to dash them again.
America is not in a recession, and you know that because they changed the definition of recession to make sure that they weren't in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they ever change the definition of murder, you should probably, watch out.
They more or less did.
Yeah. It's okay if a black person does it.
It's okay if the government
It's their
does
culture.
it to you.
It's their culture. All right. President Biden, working with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, had promised to tackle pension reform in the lead up to the 2020 election if given the reins of power, and some 50 days after Biden took office, they did just that. Sean O'Brien, it seems, was displeased by the work done by the Biden administration. It seems that his hatred for immigrants is a stronger emotion pulling to burn his own bridge than to support a candidate and a party that regularly works to protect the rights of workers. I want to do what's best for my union, but I just hate those Mexicans. Republicans are the party of right to work, and Democrats are the party of make sure workers are fairly paid and their pensions protected. And yet that wasn't good enough for the ignorant Sean O'Brien and the rest of the dummies he represents.
Can I just say, as a New Englander, that Sean O'Brien sounds like a very union name?
It does.
Yeah. Or someone who worked
Sounds
for
like
Whitey.
a very Teamster name.
Or someone who worked for Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, pretty much. What's the difference?
Sounds like somebody who worked for Jimmy Hoffa.
What is a Teamster exactly? I know it's something to do with unions, but I don't know the actual meaning of the term.
It's just
trucker
one of the
union.
Yeah, it's just a
Trucker
big union.
Okay.
It's one of the bigger unions in the U.S. They started out as essentially a group of thugs and gangsters, and they haven't really changed.
Okay. So all I wanted was the trucker union. That makes sense now.
I know they cover trucks. Do they cover anything else? I don't know.
It's not that important. The truckers union is enough for me. I'm happy with that answer.
Okay.
Here are examples of how Trump has supported labor and workers' rights in our country. During a live conversation on X with Elon Musk on August 12th, Donald Trump said striking workers should be fired.
Well, that's the risk you take by going on strike.
Man, Trump packed the...
Tier informs us that Teamster is a collective name for construction workers and truckers and general laborers.
Okay. Thank you, Tier.
Trump packed the courts with anti-labor judges who have made the entire public sector right to work for less in an attempt to financially weaken unions by increasing the number of freeloaders.
Public sector unions are an abomination against the U.S. taxpayer, where the quote-unquote management, being the government, collaborates with the union members, the public labor, against the taxpayers and against the taxpayer interests.
If you're giving someone a job, then clearly they call all the shots.
Naturally.
Right. Let's see. Trump stacked the National Labor Relations Board with anti-union appointees who side with employers in contract disputes and support companies who delay and stall union elections, misclassify workers to take away their freedom to join a union, and silence workers.
I already support Trump. You don't need to keep selling me on him.
Yeah.
Take away their freedom to join a union if they do the process properly. It's one of the big things on the flip side is not forcing you to join a union simply because you took a job at a certain place. So the union actually has to earn your membership rather than getting forced conscription because you got a job.
Yeah.
Trump made it easier for employers to fire or penalize workers who speak up for better pay and working conditions or exercise the right to strike. Trump promised to veto the PRO Act and the Public Service Freedom to Negotiate Act, historic legislation that will reverse decades of legislation meant to crush private sector unions and shift power away from CEOs to workers. Despite O'Brien's ignorance and refusal to support Kamala Harris at the national level, the local Teamsters chapters began issuing their support almost immediately. The Michigan chapter announced its support for Harris today. O'Brien is being made to look like the foolish and sick McGidiot he is as chapter heads across the country start to prepare their coup. So coups are good now, right? Some have even speculated that forcing the local chapters to come out and announce support for Harris could benefit her. O'Brien isn't out there daily with men and women driving the trucks, but the local heads are. Many will now make more aggressive efforts to educate their members about why it is essential to vote for Harris. So they just need to be educated on what's best for them.
Just evidence of unions forcibly taking union dues to promote one specific political position that benefits the union, not necessarily the employees.
Man, this Sean guy must really hate immigrants. Separately, powerful local Teamsters unions in Philadelphia, New York City, Long Beach, California, and Miami, as well as the union's National Black Caucus and a group of retirees, have endorsed Harris and urged members to vote for her. Both Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz have consistently demonstrated their dedication to championing the labor movement. Kevin D. Moore...
I thought the position was that Walls are racist.
Yes.
Walls are racist, so why is Tim Walz allowed to be the VP?
He's one of the good ones. And
Okay.
and he's subservient to the black woman, meaning he's an ally. Let's see. Kevin D. Moore, president of Teamsters Joint Council 43, which represents some 245,000 members and retirees in Michigan, wrote in a letter Wednesday announcing the endorsement. Maybe this was O'Brien's strategy, but something tells me it wasn't. Sean O'Brien is an ungrateful punk. Nothing more and a lot less. The proletariat just doesn't know what's good for them. Alright. And now, with the end of the first article comes the first game. And that is Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition.
The second best game on this show.
Yeah. It's let's see. And this is where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys fill in those words Mad Lib style, and the chat votes on which one is best. So, Jack, I need a living thing plural.
How about we go with some how about chinks?
That's gonna be funny.
I was thinking you should go with keeping it thematic and say Teamsters.
Yeah.
They're arguably living.
No, Teamsters wouldn't work.
Let's see. Moon, I need a specific place.
Kamala's twat.
Alright.
If it's not going to work, then I can do something else.
Dude, just do something. Do a place. Do an actual place, man.
You're
You're gonna get it. It's gonna be shit.
A place that half the politicians in California haven't been.
Don't try to be clever with it.
Fine. How about...
No, actually, I think if he wants to sabotage his own one, that's fine. Just don't let him sabotage other people's.
Fine. How about... Come back to me. I have to think about something.
Okay. Terry, I need a profession.
Slaver.
Alright. And monkey, I need a thing plural.
Thing plural. Idiots.
No, that'd be living thing. I need, like non-sentient.
Idiots.
No.
Okay. Come back to me.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't me this week.
For mine, how about a gay brothel?
You're talking about the game still, right?
Kamala Harris's twat. Okay, I got it.
Your specific place is non-specific, Moonshock.
Oh, fine. What do you want? Fucking Lincoln, Nebraska? Is that better?
Think a proper named place. I don't
There you
know,
go.
Disney World.
I made it specific. Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
There we go.
The Blue Oyster Bar. There you go.
Alright. Let's see.
Huh.
Terry, give me a specific place.
Seattle.
The what?
Oh no, I meant Seattle.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I just picked a random place. I couldn't think of anything funny.
All right. Let's see. So monkey. I need a body part plural.
Let's see. We're at Moonscape brothel, so let's go with butt cheeks.
I'm glad you didn't go for the obvious answer of penises.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one. It's gonna be good. Let's see. Jack. I need an adjective.
Let's go with slippery.
Ooh.
And for the things, let's go with trees. Let's go lowbrow.
Yeah. Okay. So moon. I need a place.
Penthouse. There you go.
Yeah.
Will's is probably going to be the most tame one of the night.
Yeah.
You mean monkeys?
Yeah.
I'm going
Alright.
to call it as I see it.
Well, you can see the
Clean your
monkeys I'm
glasses.
talking
I calls monkeys as I sees them.
about.
This
All right.
monkey's picture is too white.
All right. So Jack's is why the U.S. drops millions of flesh-eating chinks on Seattle every day.
Oh.
Rigged.
I don't know. Do you think Haitians would have been better?
Yes.
All right. And Moon's. The flight to Moon's gay brothel is canceled. Human butt cheeks can't handle it.
Oh man.
Hey, I have a gay
Strong.
brothel.
Strong leads this week.
All right. Terry. The slaver gave my son a slippery gift, and it ruined my day. I could see how
Okay,
that.
mine is definitely gonna be the tamest one here.
I could see how that
That'll be
could
the
ruin your
tamest
day.
one this year.
All right, and monkeys. My wife rejected my trees and outed me as queer in the penthouse.
That actually
Yay.
works.
Well, actually, it just says in Penthouse, so maybe they mean the magazine.
See, there you go.
That actually works.
All right, so give me a sec to start a poll, so checking for which is best.
Can I just say I love the accidental euphemism of slippery gift.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh god, the first three are all three of them are very good.
Well, I had some help with mine,
Yeah, Moon's disqualified.
so I can't in good consciousness vote for myself.
Well, I just added moons to it to make it specific. All right, so Moon's in the lead, followed closely by Terry. And also, we have 50 viewers, but only 20 likes. Yeah.
Fine,
Why-
I'll like this stupid stream.
You know
Why
what
aren't-
it is? There's 50 viewers because they thought a different monkey would be on, and so they're not liking the stream because they didn't get what was advertised.
I never said Tier would be on.
Good.
But why aren't we 50 likes ahead, you may ask?
We
That's a good question.
need more hot sauce.
Well, you should keep it in my purse, and I left the purse in the other car.
Yeah.
Everyone, quickly! The audience is catching on! Quick, fall down the stairs!
Joke's on you. I do that on the regular anyway.
I'm just chilling in the corner here. Let's see. Okay.
Cross it, go to the corner.
Moon and Terry are
Did it work?
tied now. And all right, it looks like Moon wins this week,
Yay, go me.
and Terry had a close second.
Nice.
All right, and now for our next article, we will get a peek into the grim future if
Oh,
Trump
dear.
is to win the election.
Oh no. Again, another. How many of these like grim peek into the future if Trump wins articles are there on Medium?
All of them.
Witch hunts replaced by abortion hunts and trials.
I mean, face.
So if a
Do
baby
you
weighs the
promise?
same as a duck. In a sweeping interview with Time magazine, Trump painted a startling picture of his second term. From how he would wield the Justice Department to how he would surveil pregnant women to enforce abortion laws. On abortion, he said that all decision-making power over reproductive rights had been handed to the states following the Supreme Court's overturning of the right to a termination in Roe v. Wade. He said he might contemplate Republican states putting pregnant women under surveillance to monitor whether they had abortions beyond the state's designated ban. I think they might do that, Trump said. That doesn't really sound like what you described, but okay.
I would be very curious to see the quotations.
Yeah.
Yeah. 25% of women have a miscarriage. States monitoring who is pregnant but does not deliver will arrest the woman who miscarriages. It is impossible.
They're still trotting this out. Everyone knows that miscarriages aren't actually prohibited. Like, you're not going to go to jail for having a miscarriage. That is insane.
They're being deliberately dishonest in order to try and poison
Yeah.
the well.
That's fear mongering. They want the idiots to think, oh my god, they're going to put women who have miscarriages in prison. I can't vote for this.
If you're gonna fearmonger, can you at least be a little less obvious about it?
Hey, say what you will, but at least we got that ad out of it. The one where if Trump wins and it shows a cop pulling over a girl, and he's like,
I saw that.
we have. Can you take this pregnancy test for me?
that was a very funny ad.
That was freaking hilarious.
Yes.
All right, let's see. It is impossible to prove the pregnancy ended by miscarriage, not abortion. Up to 25%.
What do you mean? Surely they can check hospital records. Did you sign up to get a baby sucked out of your vag or not?
Yeah, it's really easy, and even if you don't use the medically prescribed method, you can still do an autopsy and reveal what happened.
Yeah. Is there a coat hanger hole in the baby's brain?
Yeah. Did they chug half a bottle of Plan B? I don't know. That might be a sign.
Believe it or not, medical science still applies to creatures in the womb.
Yes.
I'm just picturing like some pregnant woman and like blood starts coming out and then just a mob is like, get her.
I'm just thinking
happens.
I'm just thinking of Dr. Spaceman from 30 Rock. Unfortunately, medicine is not a science.
I love that it's Spaceman.
Doctors don't know where the human heart is located.
That's an illustration, or perhaps a prediction, an abortion trial in Alabama. All right.
This is the fan fiction part of the article.
Yes. It gets very dramatic. It was a hot Alabama August. just weeks after...
As opposed to all the cold ones they usually have.
I love this.
As he licked the sweat off my naked... Oh, sorry. Just
Soft,
weeks.
wobbly flesh.
Oh, classic. It's just weeks after strict abortion laws were passed. Jury selection had just started, and the DA asked prospective jurors the same questions. Do you favor or agree with abortion laws recently passed? Do you view abortion as a sin? Have you or your spouse ever have an abortion? All the selected
Questions that would literally never be allowed to be asked of a prospective juror.
Not under Trump, they would.
No, I think the only question allowed should be, so you think he did it, right?
I think it's funny how these people, they think that Donald Trump will get elected and then the entire American government will immediately dissolve.
Yes.
There'll be no in between whatsoever. The government will just instantly dissolve. Everything will turn into literally Hitler overnight.
See, we're not that lucky. He won't actually dissolve the U.S. government. It's a nice fantasy, though.
He needs to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I think he has more motivation to do it this time.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
They've tried to delete him how many times now?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if it took him 4 consecutive years to just axe everything, forget every other duty as president, just axe all the bullshit, that would be totally worth it.
I would argue that actually falls into the responsibilities of the president. So,
also, he's had at least 2 assassination attempts while he's running. Imagine if he wins. Imagine how much more desperate they're going to be. All right. All the selected members of the jury answered yes, yes, and no. The defending attorney in this small town was planning on running for DA next year. His questions were simple. Can you fairly judge the guilt or innocence based on the evidence? Have you ever served on a jury and convicted someone of the white race? All the selected jury members answered yes and yes. That this is what it will be like under Trump. The individual on trial was charged with endangering the life of a minor and manslaughter. The mother of 3 children, working at minimum wage jobs, was unmarried, 35 years old, and visibly upset. Her court-appointed attorney assured her that justice would prevail. The DA's opening statement did not look good for the defendant. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I assume this is the statement, even though it's not in quotes. The state of Alabama will prove the defendant placed the life of an unborn child at grave risk and took steps to end her pregnancy. Against doctor's advice, she continued working late into her pregnancy. A police search of her computer showed that she looked up abortion and pregnancy risk factors.
Can I just say, does anybody else get the feeling that this is a black woman who wants a member of the KKK to fuck her forcefully over the hood of a Dodge truck?
Well, can I just say, ladies and gentlemen of this supposed jury, this is Chewbacca.
But it's Chewbacca a Wookiee.
He lives on Endor. That does not make sense. Well, I mean, it could be a black woman. I mean, it's about a unmarried mother of 3. Yeah,
it's the Stone Toss comic, you know.
I would sit here and call the author of this article a retard, but as Will points out, that would be just too insulting to all the good, well-meaning retards out there.
Okay. In the 3rd trimester, her pregnancy ended at home. The woman called 911, explaining that she was bleeding and in tremendous pain. On arrival at the hospital, the doctors pronounced the baby had died and removed the fetus. The doctors also filed a suspicious end-of-pregnancy report with the police, who immediately took her computer and cell phone, a requirement for all potential abortion cases. This led to the discovery of computer searches related to pregnancy and to her arrest while in the hospital. After the trial, the jury foreman provided some insights into how the jury quickly reached a verdict. His recollection: the first step in our process was to pray for God's guidance. Then we each discussed our point of view. Many of the jury members noted that the doctors would not have filed a report of a potential violation of the law, nor would the DA have filed unless the evidence was strong. All of the jury agreed. This is just aching for a 12 Angry Men remake.
Mm-hmm.
All of the jury agreed that the internet search followed by the death of the unborn child was the strongest evidence. A few members stated they had wished the prosecution had brought in doctors to testify, but they were sure of their verdict in any case. Especially when the women gave her testimony and claimed she had a miscarriage, but offered no proof that she had a miscarriage. On cross-examination, she admitted that the father of the child had been from a rape by a co-worker who had left the state. That pretty much proved her motivation and guilt. The woman was sentenced to 5 years in prison and lost custody of her 3 children. They were placed in foster care. It was a shame that the oldest committed suicide, and that the 2 young children became so depressed their grades went from passing to failing in their schoolwork. Folks in town knew the sins of the mother were on her children. Some people spoke about how important parents are in the development of a child, and how the loss of a parent can be so hard. The jury, all men, meet every year to pray and remember their role in the fight against abortion. They pray for the children of the woman convicted, and remind each other of their role in the fight for the unborn. The author wonders how Alabama ranks in the U.S. and in the world for foster care and healthcare support for low-income mothers. What is the death rate during birth for both mothers and babies in Alabama compared to other states and other countries? Perhaps an internet search would shed some light. So there you go. That's what we have to look forward to.
And
Okay,
that woman was me.
Tier has definitely got it here. This fan fiction sucks. Can we get some 50 Shades of Stupid, please? And as a fan fiction, I never read it. I just heard how terrible it was. I'm pretty sure 50 Shades is better than this.
I just love that they have to throw in like one of the kids committed suicide and the other started doing bad at school. It reminds me of the Robin Hood Men in Tights, where he comes back and he hears the fate of all his family members. It's like, my fish eaten by the cat. My cat choked on the goldfish.
Choked on the goldfish.
Oh, it's so good to be home. All right.
Yeah, and that is beyond just dumber than dumb fan fiction, because even in the after the Dobbs decision in the states with the strictest laws, none of that could happen. Not a single part of it.
Now this is exactly how it's going to go.
We have a prophet amongst us, yeah. I mean,
I want to.
They've seen the future.
I want to make this as a courtroom drama, and play it all completely straight.
Yes.
Yeah, but play it completely straight, but have all the women in the Handmaid's Tale costumes, because they're like totally obsessed with that story.
No, get all the voices to be done by V. Just so there's something funny and weird about it. But
have him be the doctor.
This is like what a child imagines the punishment is going to be like when their parents get home.
Yes.
Yeah. This is Ralphie waiting for his dad to get home after he beats up Scott Farkas. All right. So with the end of the second article comes the second game, which is for the chat only, boobs, and that is the Caption Contest, where I'll show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show. Alright, so this week the still comes from an actual hilarious video from CNN where they accidentally owned themselves. And it's a little black girl being asked what she thinks of Kamala Harris. And
I remember that.
yeah. And in the video she says like, oh, it would be great to have a black woman president, but I'm still leaning towards Trump.
She says that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
They asked one kid what something along the lines of what comes to mind when you hear Kamala, and he said liar.
Yeah. It's like based. All right.
Oh,
let's see. That nigga stole my bike.
Classic.
Mommy, why is this white woman so dumb? Dad, he don't know good fried chicken. Kamala locked up my daddy. Okay, they didn't put caption, but I'm guessing, yo, my dad is Flavor Flav. Let's see. That hoe needs to stay away from my baby daddy. And
if Johnny Hellcat knew how to spell, I might be inclined to go with his, but he can't, so he's off my list.
let's see.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Uncle Tom's niece White Plains. Oh, is that supposed to be White Splains? I don't know. He spelled niece and White Splains wrong. I don't know.
It's James Kelly. Are you surprised?
Yeah.
I didn't know Donald wasn't a brother. Let's see. Let's see. If only she carried hot sauce in her purse, I'd have voted for her. Yeah, Kamala actually does a worse job pretending to be black than Hillary did. Why dis
But
white
ironically, for exactly the same reason.
Why dis white biatch so dumb? Wait, Kamala's black? Kamala is a hoe. Alright, I'll give it a few more seconds. I missed one.
I kind of like this. I kind of like the simplicity of wait, Kamala's black.
So do I.
Let's see.
I'm guessing you're on Top Chat because Tia did spell nigger correctly and you didn't read it out. So I'm guessing it got caught up in the censorship.
I see it. I just missed it. Kamala sucked more old nigger dick than my mom trying to make rent this month. It's a little wordy. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
So I get on
No,
my
I think
knees.
it's if. I think
so,
I'd is if. That's an autocorrect commonality.
all right. So if I get on my knees, I can be president too. Oh, and I like this one. Who?
That's my favorite so far.
All right.
That's my new favorite.
Yeah.
And I'll finish with Spittlebuggies ain't voting for that San Nigeria.
Okay, while I was at a fair the last week in a bathroom while I was going to the bathroom, I saw someone wrote this on the stall. It's my favorite endorsement of Kamala so far. Quote, Joe must go, take the hoe.
That's where you'll
I was
find the
waiting
most.
for somebody to say Kamala's daddy sold my daddy into slavery.
Yeah, yes.
All right,
No,
so
I'm definitely going with facial. Who
Same.
is just elegant?
Who?
And yeah, no, that gets my vote.
I like it.
I
Same.
don't know. I think I would go with wait, Kamala's black.
Yeah, it's specific enough that you know what they're actually talking about.
You're the tiebreaker, Will.
I gotta go with Johnny's on this one.
Sorry,
All right.
Cashel. Not this time.
It's close. It's close, but
Yeah,
It's good if you know the.
It is a funny
It's
one.
good if. Yes, it's
Well, the
good if
reason
you
I-
know
the
the
reason I was-
context of it. It's about Kamala Harris.
No, but the picture says her name. It says 10 and 11-year-old students on VP Harris's race and gender. That's why I was willing to vote for her. If that caption wasn't on the picture, then I wouldn't have gone with it.
Yeah, I mean it fits. I just like Johnny's a little better.
No. I'm just explaining to Jack why
Yeah,
the context is provided by the picture.
gotcha.
Yeah. So congrats, Johnny, and also I avoid having to tweet out nigger.
That's a shame.
All right,
You should do it anyway, just out of spirit.
Just once in a while, Frosted, just to test to see if Twitter is still Twitter. Just tweet out nigger. Just nothing else. That's it. Just that word.
I don't think
That's it. That's the tweet.
That word, but I've used the word in tweets and it still gets visibility limited.
Yeah, it just says it has limited visibility sometimes, depending on what you're replying to.
So basically, it just means that no one can interact with the tweet.
Yeah.
No likes, no retweets, no comments.
Yeah, but
when
I tweeted
Elon Musk needs to tweet that out.
Yeah,
Yes.
when Sun won with her one that had nigger in it, it was like a reduced visibility or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Nigger and faggot seem to be the two words that trigger every time, regardless of context.
Oh, there is also another word that is extremely triggered that you can't even make fun of, and I don't want to say it out loud.
Is it true?
So if you want to make sure your tweet isn't seen, you just have to talk about the nigger faggot.
Yeah.
Wait, Terry, did you just say what I thought you said?
I said, is it Jew? Is the
Oh,
word that
yes, it is.
That's
Strangely enough, you can actually say nigger more than you can Jew.
That's pretty funny if that's true.
It is. It's absolutely true.
I don't talk about the Jews that much. I occasionally say nigger, but I don't really talk about Jews.
No, some of the stuff I've actually seen, and I'm just like, this is me just looking at the stuff, and you can see far more cases of the word nigger than you can the other ones. And the other one says somebody said, I just did it as a test. I actually did a tweet with each one of those words, just those words. And the one that had Jew on it said, you can't post this because it's considered racist or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
all right. So you heard Moon. There are too many niggers on Twitter. All right.
But I do think it's interesting that you can, like, it doesn't take any consideration of the context. So if you say there is no reason why anyone should say nigger ever, that would still get visibility restricted,
Yes.
even though you're saying not to say it.
Yeah.
It just
But you're
sees the
still
word
saying it.
right here.
Well, if you say I like niggers,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, they even censored the word Jesus on those personalized Coke cans. You can put Satan, Allah, all the Buddha. Was it corrected?
Hey,
Or-
he's my gardener. What do they have against him?
it would be funny if
No,
they
but
did
not
allow
Jesus.
nigger.
There's a lot of people with the name Jesus, like that is their actual name. So
Yeah, that's what some of the people that
all the
replied
religious
said.
figures to censor, that is the stupidest one.
Yeah, but it is the only religious one that is censored. You can put in Satan, Buddha, all those other ones, and even Allah, and it's
No,
just
but like
fine.
if they censored Yahweh, for instance, I'd be like, okay, there's not many people actually named Yahweh in the world. That's probably fine. But Jesus is an actual name.
Actually, it would be canonical to censor the word Yahweh because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to say that word in Judaism.
Yeah, that's my.
Well, we're not
That's my point.
Jewish.
It would actually make sense. Like, I wouldn't have as much of a problem if they said you can't put Yahweh on a Coke can, where Jesus is an actual name that millions of people have.
Mhm.
I'm gonna name my kid Yahweh Glass.
There you go.
If you can't say Yahweh, then how do people know what the word is that you're not supposed to say?
It's in the
And is-
Bible.
That's what I.
And his middle
Oh.
name, Ship.
Well,
There you go.
on those same things, you can't put Trump 2024 on a Coke can, but you can put Harris Walz 2024.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And that
go
kid's
figure.
middle name, Albert Einstein.
All right. So let's see. So on to our next article. Do any of you think that Kamala might be a little vague about her policies?
Not at all.
No.
All
No,
right.
vague would still have some definition to it.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, good because
communism is her policy. I think she's been pretty clear about that.
if you did, you'd be racist.
Oh, good. I dodged a bullet then.
But I need to hear more on Kamala's policies. Is code for something else. She has given you policy details, so what are you really saying? I have a theory.
Of course you do. A film theory, right?
The elephant in the room, which even the gray old balding elephants of the GOP aren't expressly talking about, is that Kamala Harris would be the first woman president of the United States, the first black woman president of the United States, the first Asian woman president of the United States.
Are any of these things supposed to matter again versus being a good president to the United States?
No,
Yeah,
those are her qualifications. She would be a good president because she's a black Asian.
Black Asian, or Blink for short.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
It is not being discussed. Not by the opposition, not by her, not by anyone. Yes.
Just a moment,
Yeah.
Frosted. Wouldn't that be like a nink?
That's also acceptable.
Okay.
Yes, because at the DNC, they weren't saying historic every 5 seconds. Sorry, y'all, but I've got to discuss it, because I have a theory about a very odd phenomenon. It is the focus group participant still saying, but I need to hear more about what her policies would be. Look, when all of a sudden she was the nominee, absolutely fair question. We needed to know a lot more about everything. About her philosophy, about her vision for the future, and yes, what policy ideas she had. She told us. She held campaign events and told us.
No. What? What?
She gave...
maybe her campaign policy is hidden in the lyrics of that Beyonce song, or whoever it was, or whichever rapper it was that was performing at her thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I haven't. I think I know what the problem is. If you take the nonsensical word gibberish, word salad that Kamala spews out on a daily basis and play it backwards, you'll actually hear her policy positions.
Well, Jack, if you'd listen more holistically, then you would be able to know what she's saying.
Wait a minute. Reagan is nigger backwards.
Oh my god! She held campaign events and told us. She gave speeches and told us. She participated in a debate and told us. She issued policy specifics online and told us. Yet
A
still...
debate where she dodged every single question.
Yes. Footage of her answering a question is like footage of Bigfoot at this point.
No, the Bigfoot footage is actually more convincing.
It's incredible when you see like an online clip of Kamala and they're like, she answered the question, and then you actually watch her answer and she doesn't answer the question at all.
She answered the question by pointing out that there is great significance to the passage of time.
I'm just picturing the the Jill Biden end of the debate thing, where you answered, well, you were there.
You answered all the questions.
Well, no, but you were there. Yeah, exactly. It's like you were.
Let's see. Yet still, I see some clip from some focus group. Maybe it is a reporter sitting in small little diner, located in middle of nowhere, USA. I'm not mocking that place. That is where I live. Interviewing the usual.
Of course. Small Little Diner is actually the name of the business, is it?
No, that's the name of the town. Oh wait, Small Little Dinner. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, if it's a small
Much better.
little diner, I assume she's talking about New Hampshire because that's all New Hampshire is to
No,
politicians.
She's talking about the Steve Guttenberg movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Interviewing the usual collection of white people, and several of them say the same thing. I need to hear more of what her policies would be. She told you. What is it you are really saying? The last straw for me was post-debate when I saw a white woman, an undecided voter, in a focus group who watched the debate say sagaciously, I need to hear more about her policy ideas. She is too vague and she doesn't give any specifics. Really?
So the white woman was actually paying attention, and you're mad about this? Oh wait, no, of course she's mad about it.
No, she wasn't paying attention because Kamala explained everything perfectly. Okay, really? Donald Trump said he has concepts of policies to replace Obamacare, and the comment of this wise little white lady was to complain that Kamala is not telling us what her policies would be? I'm calling it, y'all. It is called soft racism and soft misogyny. And yes, women can be misogynists. Look up Phyllis Schlafly if you doubt me.
I would like to take this opportunity to pledge only the hardest of sexism and racism from now on.
Yeah. It's either consciously or in many cases subconsciously. What that question translates to, but she is a woman, a black woman, president? Do you think it is a stretch for me to call their more policy specifics question racism and misogyny?
Yes.
Well, her policies...
Stretch, non sequitur.
Well, her policies, substantive, are out there. So what is it they want? A doctoral dissertation? Yet they don't comment on Trump and his concepts of policies that he brags he has. Post-debate, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, in part because she said she agreed with what she had heard and read about Kamala's policies.
Wait, hold on. Is the author about to use the endorsement of Taylor Swift as an argument?
Yes.
You know
She's
what
going to use the endorsement of a person whose entire career and entire bank has been on singing songs about making bad choices. Yes.
Hey, you know what a policy wonk Taylor Swift is.
This woman is dumber than dirt.
If you can get the approval of Taylor Swift, then you know that's like being ordained by God.
Jack, dirt is offended by the comparison.
Yeah.
She admirably told everyone to make up their own mind. She said you should read for yourself and decide if you agree with those policies. Goldman Sachs performed a calculation analysis based on Kamala's policies and said that her policies would be better for the economy than Donald's. We've got numbers, facts, figures, policy positions, statements of philosophy, and we all watched her contrast with the other guy substantively in a substantive debate, or at least substantive on her side. Someone learned a new word. All right. He was more substantive.
She was working on learning vocabulary that irate Alex struggles with.
Yeah. He was more
Never has,
substantively.
never has someone used a word that they knew nothing about more prolifically.
Have you seen Kamala use the word holistically?
Ooh.
Let's see. He was more substantively concerned with rally crowd size and the debunked conspiracy theories about black people, eating your cats and dogs.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the dogs. Eat the cats.
Someone has to put that into a Chinese food place commercial.
Oh, yeah.
These focus group white people say, I need to hear more about her policies. No. What you need is someone to convince you that a black woman could be president.
Really, I need to hear more about her policies since she didn't explain them.
No, she just said no.
Good.
Right. To even wonder about that, even subconsciously, here and now in the 21st damn century, that is racism and misogyny. Do you want Do you want policy details?
I try hard.
Yes.
Really? Honestly? That is what you want and need? Guess what? Hey, presto, one Google search and a few clicks with a mouse, and here we are. I present a link to the Kamala Harris-Tim Walz policy details. Brew some coffee and make a sandwich, because there is a lot to read, with a lot of specifics. And on that page...
Did she just say to make a sandwich?
Oh dear.
Is any of the audience female? I mean, that's sexist.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Jack Cochran in chat. Hey, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
He came to see his co-host on Monkey in the Morning as part of this film.
Yes, and as I pointed out, Monkey is feeling ill, so he might sound like a completely different person today. And on that page, keep scrolling and clicking, because it goes on and on and on. But something
Much like
tells
this
me...
article.
But something tells me those white folks in small little dinner, middle of nowhere USA, haven't found this, haven't looked for this, and don't actually care.
I'm sorry, but if you have to look for presidential candidates' policy positions, they didn't give any. Because all you have to do, the vast majority of cases, if you want to know a president's policy positions, you go to their website. They will tell you. If you go to Donald Trump's website, he will tell you exactly what his policy positions are. There's a list.
No fat chicks. Yes, it's number one.
Oh, yes. Well, naturally.
Let's see.
Well, it's gotta be.
Okay, but something tells me those white folks in small little dinner, middle of nowhere USA haven't found this, haven't looked for this, and don't actually care. Because they've already decided that their problem with Kamala Harris is, she is a woman. A black woman.
Those are two unforgivable crimes, I must admit.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Jack, you here to see your friend Monkey?
Yeah.
Simeon Rants, I believe.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, I'll let you know later about the show tonight.
Yeah.
You sound very similar to somebody else on the show.
Yeah. Total
Jack,
coincidence.
Jack, you and your conspiracy theories. All right.
I know, which turned out to be true more often than any of us want to admit.
Yes.
All right. She exceeded expectations. Oh, great. More code language. This one infuriates me even more than the tiresome line about I don't know what her policies would be. That is because this line about how in the debate she exceeded expectations is parroted by nearly all of the mainstream media. She did not exceed my expectations. She met my expectations of a seasoned trial lawyer, former district attorney, former senator, and highly educated person who has had experience in all three branches of government, judicial, legislative, and executive. Yes, we know the three branches. And has traveled the world, conversing with world leaders.
What experience has she had in the judicial branch, considering that district attorney is an executive branch office?
I would just like to ask the author. You said that Kamala gave her positions already. You wouldn't happen to have any evidence to go along with this claim, would you?
Well, she linked. Remember, she linked to the list.
Yeah.
Oh,
If she exceeded expectations, then what exactly were you expecting? Again, this is soft racism.
See
and
the
soft...
expectations just by showing up?
I was expecting Joe Biden in a dress, and she slightly exceeded that expectation.
Again, this is soft racism and soft misogyny. It is also an after effect of mainstream media having for so long been sane-washing Trump.
Oh, yes, the mainstream media is very clearly pro-Trump. Always has been.
Trump and MAGA World said Trump and MAGA World said she couldn't put two sentences together. Trump and MAGA World said she was dumb. Trump and MAGA World said she was unhinged and crazy. And boy, did she prove us all wrong.
I'm waiting for the lies to be detected. I'm not finding any.
Expectations were set, right? So she exceeded them. Wow, amazing. Bullshit. She simply exceeded your subconscious expectations of a black woman. I am sick of the...
Did she exceed them for an Indian woman?
I am sick of this bullshit, and I have to call it when I see it, folks. So I've called it. Oh, damn, she's spitting hot facts.
You know, I kind of hope that one day I will call like a customer service and get Kamala Harris on the other end of the phone.
Well, yeah, but, you know, which Kamala Harris will it be? Hispanic Kamala Harris? Black Kamala Harris?
Well, the Indian one, of course. All customer service call centers are in India.
I don't know.
I mean, what would be the point of getting her on the phone? Doesn't she do her best work in person?
Yeah.
Maybe she's working phone sex now.
That would be a traumatic experience for sure.
Ironically, I don't think we've heard her do an Indian accent.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Come again.
I am Kamala, vote for me.
I'm going to make you come again.
Alright. And now with the end of the third article comes the final game. And that is Porno Gender Edition.
This is the best game in the entire show.
See, you showed up, Jack, just in time to get tortured.
Yes.
It's just a time for the game I am worst at.
Well, it's a 1 in 4 shot. You'll be fine.
Worst case scenario, you get educated.
Right. Yes.
Do I? I feel like that's not true at all.
So
well, you'll know at least 2 extra genders more than you did before you came on the show. So that's
I forget them immediately too.
Well, what's the opposite of learning? I feel that that's what this game is.
Forgetting.
All right. And this is where I take 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and 1 I made up. And you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one.
The
All
opposite of learning is being on the corner.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, gender A, Wolf Ravik.
Yeah.
Xenogender related to wolves and raves.
That's
oh
real.
My God.
That's too boring to be fake.
Gay.
Gender B, East Germany gender.
What?
Oh,
Lazy.
Oh shit.
So many comments, none of them appropriate.
Xenogender related to the German Democratic Republic. All right.
Oh wow.
Very
This is like
Soviet.
And
this is the ultimate double bluff, isn't it?
And gender C, plastidream.
What?
Xenogender related to dreams of being wrapped in cellophane or translucent plastic.
Oh my god. Frosted, if you made that one up, you are fucking good.
He's made them all up. He owns that website. I'm never giving that.
Nothing is real. I don't know anymore.
Yeah. Turkey bought it for me.
Yeah, with your tenant media money.
This website is owned by Frosted Glass LLC.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start a poll for the chat so they can vote on which one is fake. And don't forget one of the options that they're all real. All right.
To you, perhaps.
Mhm.
All right,
I think B. I think it's B. I think that you're just evil enough to do it.
I'm going with C. For whatever it just sounds hilarious. Plastidream.
I'm going with, I don't know why I volunteered to come on here. I forget about this game every single time, and I'm awful at it.
Well, it's the best part.
Everybody's awful at this game,
I think I've been right like once.
except for Braniel.
Come on, Jack. You got to pick one. Or you could do
Me
all
or the
real.
other Jack?
But you.
Oh, the fake one, I'm going with B. I don't know. I just guess.
All
Yeah.
right. Terry?
I'm gonna go all real. I think it's due.
All right. And Monkey?
Well, considering I recognize a couple of those fetishes, I'm going with all real.
All right. Let's
It's a
see.
pervert.
Chat is going...
What can I say? It reads Christian Science Monitor.
Chat is going B, followed by all real. Let's see. So I'll give that a few seconds.
Oh, and Jack, did you know that I had the gay bathhouse?
A new one or the old one?
Oh, you were. They weren't supposed to know about the older one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every
don't tell
time-
me about your tax havens then.
Every time he said he was going for chemo, he was actually, heading down there.
Don't you fucking dare put that into that context.
I need to go down and get an
Well,
injection.
you didn't give you
Wink.
the cancer.
Fine. I invite every single fucking one of you to go into that goddamn ward with me, just so you can see what it's like for me to have to sit in that goddamn chair.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been there. Nope.
Anyone want to go to a bathhouse with Moon? All right.
No. I might run into Fauci.
Oh, it's all about the sauce.
All right.
Yeah, I
Well,
went with my brother to the chemo chair before, and
It
that's,
sucks. It's terrible.
yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I can end it there. So B wins with 45%, followed by all real.
Oh.
All right. And the answer is C is fake.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's me, bitches.
No, it's fake for now.
Yes.
Well
You can find it on the
played.
website.
Yeah,
He
it'll
just
be on
has
that
to add it.
website in 6 months. These
That's
degenerates probably listen to the show and they're like, "Oh, I had that one. I like that."
Phil, I forgot.
Frosted glass. There had better goddamn be a flag for East Germany gender.
And it better look like Checkpoint Charlie.
And it's funny because like a while ago I used something as a fake gender, and I think I found it as a real one just like today.
I'm
Wow.
telling
No
you.
idea.
Like
Eventually, you just forget and add it to the website.
No, like I thought it up before they did.
Okay, now I got.
Frosted is a precog. This is Minority Report we're witnessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Minority
I-
Gender Report.
Minority gender report.
I am the Tard Whisperer. Right?
Yeah, apparently. I speak to the TISM people.
Worship me, for I am the Tard Wrangler,
Dude, you're like their
Wrangler of
Jesus.
Tards.
You're like their Jesus, Frosted. I'm telling you guys, he owns that website. I'm convinced of this.
All right, so let's see. Here's the flag for Wolf Ravik, and you cannot tell me that's not a furry thing.
Of course, it's
Gunsky confirmed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty faggy.
Yeah.
All right,
way to
and
undersell it.
Oh,
here's the one for East Germany gender.
come on. Tell me it's got. Oh, what?
Brilliant. That is a brilliant flag.
It has a certain appeal, but I can't say how.
It
Neither can
reminds
they.
me of, remember like during Pride Month when people thought the German flag was a LGBT flag?
Yeah,
Yeah, as soon
that's
as I
what
saw,
happens when you're really dumb.
as soon as I saw East Germany gender, I was like, oh, I gotta use that one.
Yeah.
I mean, the next thing you know, Frost will come with one called like Hitler Korik or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we already have had fascist gender.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta know, how the hell did you come up with Plastidream?
I don't know. I was just looking around. I saw something wrapped in cellophane.
Dude,
That's
no,
exactly how Jack has said that Frosted comes up with these.
Yes, that's why he's looking around the room and he looks at like two things and he puts them together. That's what he does.
And I was like, I have to add something to make it stupider, so I threw in dreaming about being wrapped in cellophane.
Oh my god.
no. See, Frosted is like Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. He can get into their minds and know how they think.
Hold on.
And it makes you wonder, is he one of them? Is he their leader? You don't know.
I mean, I have been having dreams about a unicorn lately. I don't know.
Oh dear. And what's it do with the horn, Frosted? What's it do with the horn?
Oh.
Do you really want to know, Terry?
Inquiring minds want to know, apparently.
But that's not
Too
all.
stupid for TV?
Because
Oh no.
we also have Power No Gender Edition, Too Retarded for TV,
Hold
No.
on.
where I'll give you a gender that is really funny, but it's too retarded for you guys to think I made it up.
Make it stop.
You just hit plastogender, dude.
Yeah.
None of these are too retarded for you to come up with. No offense.
That's true. I think one of these days the gender is just faggot.
Faggot Korik.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
it's
just
gonna be
faggot.
like they think they're a bundle of sticks.
I mean, we've already had Royal Faggot. Yeah.
Yeah, royal faggot.
That's too pretentious. I just want faggot.
Well,
Commoner Faggot.
Yes.
Let's see. So this week's gender is Cyber Time Cat.
Oh, Jesus.
Now that sounds like a cool kids movie, but
Yeah.
Like SWAT cats. Yeah.
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 So Cyber Time Cat, xenogender related to cats with modern day clocks that are futuristic, or cats manipulating future time.
What?
There better be a flag for this shit.
And here is the flag.
Oh.
It turns out women get called faggot a lot.
Okay, they keep using this is like the third time that cat decal has showed up on one of these flags.
Yeah.
That is a hand-drawn MS Paint cat, and they can't seem to get any other cats to put on these flags.
Dude, have you seen their other flags? They're just bars of color. These are not creative people. They're dumb weirdos.
I mean,
Can't they draw another cat symbol?
No.
Why reinvent the wheel, Jack? They already have a picture of a cat.
I mean, apparently this shape is the universal symbol for cat genders.
Yeah.
At 125.
There's probably a page on this Wikia just for the stupid flags that use this fucking cat picture.
Well, what gets me is they're so creative in coming up with these absurdly ludicrous genders. Well, Frosted is. But they're so easy when it comes to actually making a flag for it.
True.
Yeah.
But Frost is going to come up with all these flags for all these channels. Be generic.
Maybe we should have these people write for Marvel or some shit. They're the
They-
creative ones.
They
These
do.
are the people with the creative minds.
I think they already do.
I'll be right
Yeah.
back, guys.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And now for our final article, which I know has nothing to do with the title, and that has nothing to do with who or who did not show up today. And that is how the ice cream song exposes absurdity of American racism.
Oh, brother.
An essay
The
about
ice creams, it doesn't even have any words.
what doesn't have words. Oh, the ice cream song.
You
Wasn't it-
bigot.
What?
Well, it's Turkey in the Straw, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it?
I don't know. Let's see. An essay about ice cream, racism, and stereotypes.
Jesus.
Some Americans are unaware that the ice cream song that attracted the attention of children and adults for generations has a racist origin story. The song, released in March 1916 by the Columbia Graphophone Company, entitled Nigga Love a Watermelon, Ha Ha Ha, was written, which frankly I want to listen to,
So do I.
was written by Harry C. Brown, a white banjo player and actor who regularly performed the song wearing blackface, his face tinted darker with shoe polish.
That's how it was done. You get the good shoe polish.
All right. I have a new song for my playlist. I need to find this thing.
Let's see. Minstrel shows, the most popular form of entertainment starting in the 1830s and 40s, regularly disparaged black people, using the imagery of the watermelon as a symbol of laziness and mindlessness. This portrayal undermined black Americans' use of the watermelon as a symbol of resistance during the Reconstruction era.
Oh, Christ.
Nothing says resistance like a giant melon that grows in the ground.
I hope there's like photos of them marching with a flag with a watermelon on it.
Yeah.
All right. In the song, Brown referred to watermelon as colored man's ice cream. The ice cream song began with a shockingly racist line, "You niggas quit throwing them bones and come down and get your ice cream." Originally, Turkey in a Straw was a folk song with British and Irish roots, with no racial connotations. Nevertheless, in minstrel shows throughout America, Brown popularized a racist remix, one that fed into some of the most harmful stereotypes of black people. That they eat watermelon?
Watermelon's delicious.
Yeah, I don't like it. Actors like Brown used the song and similar melodies as a way of mocking black people, while also profiting from spreading dehumanizing stereotypes. On a hot summer day, ice cream sandwiches, bars, and pops are prized possessions. And yet the song many children grew up hearing ice cream trucks playing in their communities, despite no longer including Brown's vocals, carried the racist connotations of the songwriter and his minstrel shows. The song remained...
What can I just ask? What are the odds that any of this is actually accurate?
All
Wait,
the kids who ran
Randall-
after...
Rangel is telling me that it actually is accurate.
It's still a remix. It's not the original song. The original song.
No,
is a
the
British
original song's "Turkey in the Straw."
Yeah.
Yeah, all the kids who saw the ice cream truck and ran after it, that they're all like, "Man, I sure hate them blacks," as they eat their push pop. All right.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, look what I got. You can't have, Negro."
I like the pause to think of something you could say.
Something very vile. I was like, I am not going to be the one that brings Frosted's channel down. That's
I mean,
Gunsky's job.
I've said the N-word like at least 3 times throughout the article.
Oh, trust me, that what I was about to say would have been a lot worse.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. The song remained unchanged for generations, a lasting reminder of the absurdity of American racism. Folklore in the black community suggested that, in some areas, white people were so racist during Jim Crow that they would deprive black people of vanilla ice cream.
That is awesome if it's true.
While there were no laws preventing the sale of certain flavors of ice cream, the vast majority of ice cream parlors were segregated, either declining to sell ice cream to any black customers altogether, making them come to the back door, or selling them less than quality goods. There certainly weren't any laws that required ice cream parlors to provide black people access to all flavors. In Maya Angelou's autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, she shared such a narrative.
Am I the only person who doesn't give a shit about what Maya Angelou thinks?
I
Terrible.
barely know who she is.
But she didn't She didn't get good ice cream, Jack.
Right? I dropped the link for anybody that wants to hear the guy singing it.
Well, thank you. I was looking for that, and I appreciate your efforts.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
All right, so Maya Angelou says, people in Stamps used to say the whites in our town were so prejudiced that a Negro couldn't buy vanilla ice cream, except on July 4th. Other days, he had to be satisfied with chocolate. Well, chocolate's better.
Yeah. Who the fuck wants vanilla?
Yeah.
It's literally why they compare, like when you're cheating on your spouse is vanilla. It means you're born.
Audre Lorde, the famed poet, shared a similar story in her autobiography, Nammy, A New Spelling of My Name.
Oh, good.
Totally not made up at all.
Sharing that the waitress was white, the counter was white, and the ice cream, the mug was round. The jar is round.
The jar is round.
They should call it
gold.
They should call it white teen.
Yeah.
All right. The waitress was white, the counter was white, and the ice cream I never ate in Washington, D.C. that summer I left childhood was white, suggesting she was deprived of access.
From what I've heard, vanilla is actually really, really good, but it's also really, really expensive. So what gets sold as vanilla ice cream is just unflavored ice cream. But if you had actual vanilla, it would actually taste good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they have different types, like French vanilla and golden vanilla and all that stuff.
But like vanilla is extremely expensive, so it's very rare for them to use actual vanilla unless they're charging insane prices for the ice cream.
You have to get vanilla bean.
They might
like
be
the real vanilla.
They might be using artificial vanilla because there's lots of artificial vanilla. And it's dirt cheap.
Actual vanilla is incredibly expensive, from what I've heard.
Artificial vanilla is what I'm going to call white robots.
There you go.
By the way, we missed a golden opportunity to call chocolate ice cream Vaniga.
There you go.
Michael W. Twitty suggested it in The Guardian that what makes the vanilla ice cream story less folk memory and more truth is that the terror and shame of living in the purgatory between the Civil War and Civil Rights Movement was often communicated in ways that reinforced to children what the rules of that life were, and what was in store.
Sorry, finish the.
And what was in store for them if they broke them.
What? Okay, this happened a long time ago. It's not relevant anymore. We know the song as "Turkey in the Straw," and ice cream is no longer segregated. So who gives a shit?
I do. We should bring it back. Why are the black people allowed to have our vanilla ice cream? This is an outrage.
I'm just picturing like a Klan rally, and like the lead speaker like holds up a gallon of Neapolitan, and he's like, "Look at this!
This abomination!" Make watermelon ice cream again.
There you go.
Teaching black children, for instance, that vanilla ice cream is something they cannot have could also have been a social cue in some spaces to teach them these rules.
So
In the
in America, do you guys have turkey in the straw as the ice cream music? Because down here it's green sleeves.
Really?
Yeah.
that's a that's a terrible ice cream truck song.
Yeah, it sounds
Well,
like
it's
bad
better.
romance music, which
It's
is what it
better.
is.
It's not that slow, but it's yeah.
It's-
Yeah, that.
That sounds awful.
in the South, where lynchings were pervasive, a black person breaking part of the social contract, either formally or informally, could prove fatal. While there were no laws that forbid a black boy from whistling at a white woman, it was that very allegation that inspired Carol Bryant's husband, Roy Bryant, and his half-brother, J.W. Millam, to kill 14-year-old Emmett Till. Thus we see that not only formal laws have a bearing on the experiences of black people during this era. Alright, if there was a lynching for eating ice cream, I want to know about it.
Hell yeah.
Some scholars, like Maya Angelou, suggested black people were deprived of vanilla ice cream. However, given the informal nature of some racist policies, it's uncertain whether this practice was widespread. What is verifiable is that many ice cream parlors refused to serve black customers or serve them in segregated settings. In
Yeah,
1957,
that's vastly different.
In 1957, Reverend Douglas Moore led 6 African-American students into the segregated Royal Ice Cream Parlor in Durham, North Carolina. While this establishment required black patrons to sit in a colored section, the nonviolent protesters sat in the whites-only section. As typical during Jim Crow, the law sided with the white business owners.
Typical
And
nigga
all-
doesn't know where to sit. Doesn't know his place.
You think the waitress was like, let me guess, banana split?
There you go.
That brings out a banana wedged in a watermelon.
Yes.
An all-white jury found the protesters guilty of trespassing and fined $10 each, plus court costs.
Well,
This-
no one is above the law, as I've been told recently.
True.
Yeah. The Supreme Court refused to hear their case, claiming the ice cream parlor's segregation policy did not violate their rights. The following year, the protesters were fined a total of $433.25. Despite this legal failure, their efforts paved the way for future success, as observed during the Greensboro sit-ins 3 years later. In American society, racism is more than a topping. It's a key ingredient, which is why we can't cover up its impacts with a scoop of fudge or a spoonful of sprinkles.
Yeah.
Can I just say I think it's a little bit funny that these people were like, we need to give this racist our money.
I just love how dramatic and I'm sure if she thought it was clever. We can't cover it up with sprinkles. Or even obscure its flavor by including gummy bears, almonds, or pecans. Only by creating a new recipe in our case. Developing a society rooted in shared values, an element left out of the original recipe. Can we reduce our country's legacy of racism to an aftertaste? As it stands, the original lyrics of America's Ice Cream Song expose the absurdity of the country's racism during Jim Crow, and how it found its...
She just... Oh, sorry.
And how it...
She contradicted herself.
I don't know. Yeah. You know, you might be right. This might not be a good argument, Jack. I don't know.
Well, she just said that the original song was the Turkey and Straw, and that this was a remix of it. Well, now she's saying the original lyrics, and that would be Turkey and Straw, right?
I don't know. Are turkeys racist too? I don't know.
Probably.
Well, they're dicks, so it won't surprise me.
Let's see. Okay. Country's racism during Jim Crow and how it. Who made a turkey noise?
Monkey.
And how it found its way into nearly every facet of life. Far too often, black joy is villainized in American culture. Their freedom after enslavement cast as laziness. Their joy over the watermelon they harvested reduced to a dehumanizing stereotype. And their love of ice cream portrayed as a primal desire.
Like
reflect-
rape. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, let them eat ice cream and they'll rape less. In reflection, we're reminded that racism is absurd, but so are efforts to obscure these painful truths.
As the consumption of watermelon has gone down, the crime rate has gone up. Have you noticed that?
So, there you go. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Lynch a black person.
What would you do for a watermelon slice?
Sometimes it just has to be done.
Man, this is fucked up. I never would have thought of watermelon as a black man's ice cream cone because that sounds fucking racist. Although I am picturing somebody scooping like a melon baller of watermelon into a cone, and I kind of want to eat that.
I just love that there's a song titled "Nigga Love a Watermelon, Ha Ha Ha."
It is possibly my favorite song. I'll have to listen to it and see how it ranks against the Donkey Kong rap and Shut Up Your Face. But I think it's in the running to be a new front runner.
Well, how does it rank against Nigger Boy soap pads?
Well, I mean, that's a catchy ad jingle,
Yeah.
but it's not like a good song in and of itself.
I see.
Neither is this one, so
Well, I mean, Nigger Boy Soap Pads, the song is basically just nigger boy, nigger boy, nigger boy, nigger boy.
It's gentle on wives' hands.
If that's true, it is.
well
And the truth is in the pad.
that used to be like the placeholder name, like John Doe, for black kids.
But nigger boy,
Yeah, it was a placeholder name. So if there was an unidentified dead child that was found, that it was N. Boy Johnson.
so that means Lovecraft's cat was an unidentified black person? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
And if you were like put up for adoption and your mom didn't give you a name, that was your default.
That
There are people that actually have that as a name.
is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Not too many since the end of Jim Crow, but
Yeah.
in the 80s, if you pulled over an older man that was black, there's a chance that was his name. It's pretty fucked up.
Nigger
Mostly
boy
a southern
Alexander.
thing.
I think I'll start using that.
No, clearly Nigger Boy is some superhero sidekick.
True.
Yeah, we just don't know
I'm
the
White
superhero
Man,
yet.
and here's my sidekick, Nigger Boy.
Looks dangerous. Get in there, boy. Kid has
all
to
right.
do all the real work.
Oh no, the villain went into that field of cotton crop.
Jesus. The kid ends up being like Brer Rabbit. Like,
I can't see him.
throw
We'll
me
have
in the
to.
briar patch.
I can't see him. We'll have to pick our way there.
Jesus.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So, take a moment to shill my co-hosts and guests. I Like Boobs has Games with Terry over on his channel on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, I think.
and
That is
you can't be bothered
correct.
to do this stream.
Yes,
What?
and when I'm unable to stream.
Yeah.
And right now they're playing Techno Babylon, otherwise known as
Don't get named. It's Techno Iraq.
also known as how Stella got her comeback.
Ew.
So
Let's see,
unfortunately, it seems that getting the comeback is not an option anymore. The guy destroyed all the samples.
Oh.
yeah.
Just a quick announcement for me. I am going to be taking the month of October off because I still need to reevaluate what's going on with my treatment. So that's you can go ahead and give my Twitch channel out, but I won't be streaming for at least a month.
He's got to buy the Super Seducer games, and he's a bit slow, so it takes him a month to get it done.
Yes, that.
Like taking a month off from everything or just Twitch?
No. As a matter of fact, I need to talk to you guys after the stream about that. So.
All right. Well, Moon has his Twitch channel linked in the description where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
But not anymore.
Why don't you play that game on your stream, Terry?
I've already played it. I just didn't
do it
stream
again. You'll get more people this time.
I didn't stream it because I don't stream on my own channel. But
yes, I'm spending a month in my
game. That I would stream that game.
Yes, and Tears right. I'm spending a month in my gay brothel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my second one, right, Jack?
Sometimes you just gotta scrape the jizz off the floor.
Well, what do you think I'm taking October off to do?
Yeah, what was that? It's Always Sunny line. Then some guy comes in and
clean the loads.
some guy comes in and hoses off the loads.
Gross.
All right, let's see. Terry is also on Games with Terry, and as you might have guessed,
Yes.
let's see. He's on Hammer's Minions Nights on Wednesdays. He's on. You're on Mr. Adams streams,
Yes.
right?
I'm on the good half of his stream. There's a lot of blather with him and Angela that I'm not there for that. I'm just at the end to play the video games.
All right, and are those all your regular appearances now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Monkey, is there anything you'd like to shill? I hear you stream sometimes.
You're muted, Will.
No, Monkey.
Monkey, excuse me.
Monkey.
He might have stepped away.
Are you? I haven't seen him do the art stream in a while. I must be missing it or something.
He should have one. Oh, he's doing an October Spook Fest Halloween theme for this month or for October.
Oh,
so,
Spook Fest?
yeah.
That sounds racist.
Yeah,
so
he
I
went.
didn't.
There you go, Will.
Oh, Monkey's.
Yeah,
back.
I didn't mute myself, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Ooh, that's weird.
Well, I didn't mute you.
I'll tell him what you're doing for October then.
Well, on my game streams, I'm going to be pulling out some of my spooky, creepy, scary games versus the Grounded, which I've been playing with Mooney.
Yeah.
But the art streams are still on, and Jack, I'm expecting one tomorrow. If everything works, I just upgraded to my 4K camera this week.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice.
So now you get to see every pore on his hand.
Yeah.
And Jack, anything you want to shill?
No, I'll be on with Ranting Monkey on Monkey in the Morning whenever we do
A
it.
different Ranting Monkey, though, not the one that we got for our stream.
The other Ranting
Yes.
Monkey.
Yeah, not the all white one, but the one of color.
His voice will be feeling better by that time, probably.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Let's see. So we should be back next week at the usual time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys then.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.